I didn't realize it was so close to 12. I was back there adding another layer of mascara to my lashes. So how did you, Laura, how did you find out about True Aura?
Well, Julie and I's story starts way back when with beauty control. Matter of fact, I knew you from beauty control, Lynn, though we had never met.
Okay. Awesome.
And, yeah, so we had all connected. We were real close.
Uh-huh.
And when beauty control closed its doors, which was heart-wrenching for me, my skin just went bananas on me. I was going through menopause and everything all together.
Yikes, yeah.
But I didn't have the money for the kit, and it was just, everyone was going through so many changes. I stepped back completely. Jill, you went with beauty control. I mean, are we still recording?
Yeah, we understand. We do that all the time. Yeah.
All right. So, Julie, you went with True Aura. It was a couple of years later that I wanted to find something for my skin, and Julie had shared about it and showed Cheryl Watford. So I decided to give it a go, and I connected with Julie, and we just took off from there because, like you said, she's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, all right. Well, we have history together, and oops, hold on. Let me just mute my phone. What I wanted to just share with you is I love the way you guys started your business. I mean, Julie, said, okay, well, let's do a few launch parties. What did you call them? Launch spas or what, Julie?
Well, I think we just called them like Zoom probiotic facials.
Okay.
Is that right, Laura?
Beauty breaks. Yeah.
Beauty breaks. Oh, that's right. We called them beauty breaks. That's right. Laura liked the name Beauty Break, and I was really just developing this, Lynn.
Yeah.
And really just to give you a little background, I was very hesitant to do Zoom because really that's not I'm really an introvert. I don't like to be out there. I don't like to talk in front of people really. But I was desperate to figure out a way to get new business. In our old life, I used to do events, and in that crazy, I would push myself to do an event to meet several ladies at a time.
Uh-huh.
But doing this Zoom thing was a killer for me. And so I don't do social media. I don't do really Facebook or anything like that. So really it was difficult for me to even consider. And look, I'm wringing my hands right now, just even talking about it.
I know. I still do. It's an element that we didn't grow up with.
Right. But like I said, I was desperate to figure out a way to get new business because we were all stuck at home. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't invite customers over. I couldn't even talk to customers, right?
Yeah.
So it really was really just out of desperation. And so before Laura joined, I don't even know if Laura knows this, I was already kind of developing a program that I wanted to launch, but I needed to practice. So I practiced on my own team. So I called it at that time, I called it a hydration happy hour. Hydration happy hour. And I was just going to focus on 5 things that was all about hydration. And I think it was like cleanser, moisturizer, lip balm, hand cream, which my plan was, we'll put it on our feet too and make it kind of spa-ish. Yeah. So I was kind of all over the board, but I knew I needed to try something. So I sent some samples. And at that time, I only used 3 paint pots because I was also trying to figure out, could I use those little mini Ziplocs? So I sent a couple of things in that, and and some of them got there and some of them didn't, and some of them I had to remail. So, you know, that was just kind of a whole learning process of how to do that. And then, you know, getting them on, and then figuring out Zoom, and then them figuring out how to get on. It was just really a whole process. But it really kind of gave me a bit of a vision. So when Laura joined, and I was so excited about Laura joining, and she was so willing to, I was like, girl, we do these beauty breaks. Finally, just before the first one, she goes, Julie, how many of these have you done? And I'm like, you're the first one.
You sounded like you had done so many. You really did. I go, oh, wow, I'm going to do those.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm a promoter. I love helping someone else. So really, it was so awesome for her to come at that time. And I told her, you just joined at the perfect time, because, you know, it was just perfect for me to be able to run this program. And it was so awesome that she had contacts, and she is good at texting. She is good at keeping in contact with people, that it just kind of merged and it fell into place. And we did 2 events back to back. I sent the first group, I sent samples to 4 of your friends and her, because she hadn't even gotten all the products.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And can I stop you there? Because this is what the key thing was, is that I had asked you to send me a facial so I could see how you're doing these beauty breaks that I just thought you were doing a whole bunch of them. And you go, okay, Laura, I'll send you one. And then, so Lynn, she sends it to me in the mail, right? And I get this beautiful little package in the mail. Ribbons and bows on it and all that stuff. And then Julie sends me a text, because I was all excited about the facial. She goes, Laura, I want you to join me on the Zoom. I said, okay. And then Julie goes, well, Laura, can you think of 3 girlfriends that would like to join us in the Zoom? I'll send them the facial. So she gave me a step, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I can do that. So then I made up the text and I sent it, and they said they wanted to go. And then Julie mailed them the facial. So the only work I had to do was to reach out of my comfort zone and ask some girlfriends to share in the spa facial with me. And that was the start of it, wasn't it, Julie?
Yeah, that's right. And we did do a few more things, which was, again, we were developing this. So I had Laura send them another text, right? Asking them, what did we ask them? What they were currently using?
Yes, you asked me to ask them to take a photo, Lynn, of the top 3 products that they were currently using in their skincare system. And what we did is we did it all step by step. So first I invited them, then they had to send that photo. And it was amazing how the women actually took the photo and sent it, because I thought they were going to go, I am so not doing that. But
Right.
So, and then I would pass that on to Julie. And then the third one was we needed their email, and not their phone number, we already had it, but their email for the Zoom.
Right.
And so their address. Yeah.
Yeah. And this helped in a way, because it wasn't we sent an invite and then we didn't talk to them for a week. Every other day I was sending them a quick message with just and a question that I needed answered, whether it be the skincare, whether it be one of them was their skin concern too.
What were their skin concerns? Right. And I think that drew them in. Then they were like, wow, what is this all about? They want to know what my skin concerns are. They want to know what I'm currently using. It's kind of cool.
You know,
and they all showed up.
And this is what I'm hearing is it was truly an authentic every other day. Oh, I really want to find this out and prepare. I really want to know what their concerns are. So let me find out, you know, so just staying in touch and building it up to the beauty break is that's why they showed up, because they got so much attention. They got the products. They you know, they had someone who cared about their skin and cared about them. So that's a beautiful thing. I think you guys have something there with, really doing the reach out and finding out and caring for them. So then let's see, was that like a 2-week process before the Zoom, or what was it?
Almost, Julie, because one of the things Julie and I realized is that you need the time to make the connection. They need time to make sure it gets to them in the mail.
Yeah.
But I got to share with you, one of the things that Julie and I discovered was that on the pods that have the skincare in them, all we did was number them. There were no directions, no explanation as to what any of it was. So it's just like, they got this in the mail. They've heard from me about how excited I am, but they don't know what's in the pods. And if you want to intrigue any woman, you send her something with no labels.
That's good.
Don't open this until
That's right. And they got it. Mm-hmm.
So then you just sent, how did you make it look pretty? Because I have mailed a few myself, and I've got the 5 little pots still stuck together. Yours are still.
Yes, they're still stuck together.
I put them in a baggie, but I didn't put ribbon around it. Did you put ribbon around the baggie?
Laura did. Laura's very creative like that. I did put them in a cellophane that was kind of shiny.
Okay.
But that's all I did. Laura added a ribbon when she started sending her own, and a little gift tag. Right?
Yeah, that wasn't much though. And I have to say, even just receiving yours, and it was just in that shiny cellophane, is still pretty. It wasn't in a Ziploc bag. So there was a little something to it that made it special.
Right. And just to note,
what did the note say?
So the note says, what does the note say, Laura? Hold on, let me look at it.
We're so excited to see you at the beauty break. Don't open this up until that evening, and we're going to get your skin all ready for bed. Something like that.
Okay. I love that.
With words, yeah.
All right, I'm just writing some things down. And then the reason I put it in a baggie is I was concerned that one of the little pots would pop open, and I didn't want it to get all in the package. But I guess I could put it in a baggie and then in a shiny cellophane bag and send it. That looks a lot.
Even Lynn, if you put it in one of those pretty little party bags, it's just about like this. It in there, and then you put a one of those twisties, it'll still protect it if they come out. So that's another way to think about it.
Okay, good. That's good to know. I love the build up. In fact, I feel excited now about what they were feeling, about the build up, and then so they showed up for the Zoom. A few of them may not have even known what to do with the Zoom. So there's a little learning curve with some people with, how do I unmute? What do I do? Am I here? I have to go through that every single time. So, and then Julie did her presentation, right? Or what did y'all do next when it all started? Was there like tell me about you?
Okay, well, one thing I would share, Julie did an awesome job with the presentation. One of the things we learned was in the preliminary texts that are leading up to the Zoom, in other words, the day of the Zoom, I contacted them in the morning and then in the afternoon, and then 10 minutes before the Zoom with just quick fun text saying, the Zoom's about to start. Now, one of the things, Lynn, that Julie and I learned was to, in that text, tell them to show up 10 minutes early just to log in to make sure they got it figured out. And then they can go get their glass of wine and get in their pajamas. And that saved us a lot of time, didn't it, Julie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first one we had one person that was having a little trouble. And so we learned pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then Julie started the presentation, and she did a great job. I didn't do any of that. On my first 2, Julie did everything, which I feel incredibly blessed that she would do that. It's quite a gift to give your new downline, that all they have to do is invite and show up, and the team leader, see, I don't even know what y'all are called.
I know. Well, that is a beautiful example of teaching you. So can shadow and her giving to you, you learned, and she did it twice. It is a beautiful, beautiful model. And it's so non-intimidating if someone just wants to give it a try, but everybody is scared, has fear when they join something like this. But if they know there's someone who will hold their hand and do that, you just have to get the people there, then you learn the words, you watch, and then you can watch over and over and over again, so you can do your presentation just like Juli did. I want to do mine just like Juli did. So so that is great. And how long did it take?
40,
Laura, was it about 35 minutes?
Yeah, I was thinking 30, 40, 45, depending on how many women we had.
And if they had a question, or if I, added a little something.
Yeah. And I bet they loved the way their skin felt. That is one thing I know with 100% confidence, that when people try our product, they're going to have a sensation and a feeling in their skin that they've never had before. And it just makes me feel really good about giving that gift to others. So that's really, really awesome. So then, okay, tell me more about the body of it and how you wrapped it up, and what happened from there.
I'll share a couple things, and then Juli, you can tag in. One of the things that Juli and I learned from our adventure into the social media realm was to make sure that we asked everyone what were their top skin concerns, because one or two of them would share they're very sensitive to blank, 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 or they have rosacea. And Juli, being extremely knowledgeable on a lot of this, she knew then that when we were applying the tonic, that they would either only do it on their forehead or on the sides, or they would dampen the cotton ball right before they applied the tonic. So we found that really helped. Add anything to that, Juli?
Well, and of course, the nice thing about that is that's very personalized. That's consulting, helping her with her skin condition. And it was really just fun. We only had, I think, 4 plus us. So it was 6 of us, and it wasn't too many. And luckily, their names are on the screen. So I was able to call them by name. How does that feel? And just like you would do if you were in person, you're asking them for feedback. How does that feel? So it was very encouraging, and they were all very, very sweet ladies.
Oh, that's awesome. So they loved the way it felt, and you guys finished it up. Did you let them know during the Zoom beauty break that they were going to receive an email and follow up from you, which Juli, that's so beautiful. It's so you to softly go into that.
Right. Right. That's my personality.
It's perfect for you. It's perfect. And people like that, some may do it a different way, but it is because by then they're probably like, I want this. And then you were like, okay, I sent an email, and then, it had the product menu, I'm sure, and other information. And then it was just a matter of follow up, right? Is that what you did next?
Right. And then Laura was great at follow up.
That's awesome, Laura.
Yeah, and I have to share, Lynn, that one of the things I was concerned about is I didn't want to be the vacuum cleaner salesperson or the encyclopedia salesperson. And what I didn't want was to invite my girlfriends to this Zoom and then there to be a hard sale at the end of it. And Juli and I talked about that, and we were very much on the same page that all we wanted them, because if we're going to ask them to refer girlfriends in the future, they don't want to be thinking of their friend Jennifer going, okay, and then she's going to be sold to. We don't want that image. What we want was, it was a fun girlfriend's evening in your pajamas with a glass of wine. We get your skin all ready for bed. You're feeling perfect. You're feeling wonderful. And Julie said to them, well, we're going to send you an email this morning, like you said, Lynn, with the spa menu, and it's also going to have our purity list. And Laura's going to reach out to you tomorrow to see how she can help you. And Julie was right there with me. If I had to, like the first time I was trying to get a TLC client logged in, we just freewayed. But when they left the Zoom, they felt loved, appreciated, they had a good time, and they didn't feel as if they were coming on the Zoom to get sold to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, we actually thanked them several times because we told them this was a launch, you know, that normally we would be at your kitchen table, but because we can't be at your kitchen table right now, this is a new way for us to, you know, to meet you. So thank you so much for helping us. Yeah. You know, your skin is going to feel amazing tomorrow and Laura will call you, you know, just kind of simple.
Well, you know what? You built beautiful relationships. They trust you. They know it's not going to be salesy and hard. And so it's all part of that. You build that relationship. They're going to follow you, you know, forever. So that is awesome. So you followed up and you joined August 18th, right before Empower, Laura. So when you followed up with this first group the next day, out of the 4 ladies, what was their feedback and what were your results with that? Not that you have to give me a hard sales number, but how did they respond to you?
Thank goodness I don't have to give you a hard sales number because I have no idea. That they felt good about me reaching out to them because we had already told them I was going to reach out to them. That really helped to have Julie tell them, now Laura's going to be reaching out to you tomorrow. So it took away my anxiety about reaching out to them because it was already said that I was going to reach out to them and I knew they were expecting it. So I would send a text and it happened either one or two ways. A couple of them, they just placed the orders all on their own because they had my website. And wow. A couple of them, and then a couple of them because they wanted to talk on the phone for me to get it all set for them. I think one or two of them, out of all of them, we had you do a 3-way with one of them, right, Julie? It was all just very different depending on the person. And I guess that brings me to something I found was really important for myself was to give heartful thought to any discussion or text that I was sending. So I had the first 3 women at and before I messaged them, I tried to think about who I was messaging and how they feel most comfortable when someone connects to them. I just took it from there because I knew, you know, there were a couple of them so busy, they wouldn't want to talk with me on the phone and that they were very computer savvy, that they would probably just place their order right online. So I just sent them a little information blurb that Julie had shared with me, like what TLC was, and then that was it. So depending on the person and how to connect with them is what helped me.
Yes. And it was comfortable and you were eager to help them. So awesome. And so you got a few TLCs out of that first event, didn't you?
I did. Thank you.
Yeah. So since August 18th, I know you did another event with Julie, and then you started doing some on your own, right?
Well, the ones I did on my own weren't necessarily Zooms.
Okay.
It intimidates the heck out of me trying to get everyone into the Zoom room. So I guess another hurdle. So I totally appreciate both of you and just doing that. For me, what worked was I would just have my ears and eyes open, like we are at an RV campground. And we had met this nice couple and they came over the campfire. Well, then, you know, a couple of days later, we were still there. And I had sent her a text message saying, hey, Ellen, if you're going to take the dogs for a walk, I'd love some company. Work. Because we had connected just enough. So we went for a walk and it's a beautiful day. And I had asked her what she does. And then she asked me what I do. And I said, well, I sell skincare. I said, I used to be in beauty control till they shut their doors. I was devastated. I said, now I found this new there that is just awesome. It's so healthy for your skin. It's pre and probiotic, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, really? I said, yeah. I said, and you know, we have so much fun. We don't even leave our homes. We just do these beauty break Zooms. And girl, we get your skin all ready for bed. You get the facial in the mail. She goes, really? I go, yeah. I said, you know, I said, come to think about it. If you'd like me to send you one, I can put one in the mail to you. She goes, really? I said, let me send her one. So we did the Zoom with Ellen, but a couple of other women, we didn't do Zoom because they were too busy. But because I had mailed them the facial, you know, as you know, Lynn, and you know, Julie, you can mail the facial, but if you don't do any follow-up, you've just put $4, $5, $6 in the mail.
Right.
Lost it. So, you know, I would mail it, then I would check in with them. And, you know, sometimes it would fall through, but sometimes it would fall through without even the Zoom. Would still place their order. So,
I mean, gosh, we could even, a one-on-one could even be a FaceTime, you know.
And Julia told me that. Yes. Yeah.
And I do believe more and more people don't mind coming over with a little bit of distance in between. You can reach over and let them try the products. So it's a beautiful thing. And I'm so proud of both of you. You know, Julie, your PV, which is personal volume, that's what we call it here at Truora, is already at almost $2,000. So it's 1,909. You're doing an amazing job. And I've got to brag about Julie. She's already almost at 7,000 since August. So your leader, Miss Julie, she is an incredible example. And
Julie is awesome.
She is. You both are. So I think, you know, we can talk later. I want to keep this kind of short because I don't want people to say, 1 hour, I don't have time to watch it. But we can visit later and be thinking about this. Maybe is reaching out and asking a few of your customers to have, hey, do you know some friends? Or, hey, would you be interested in doing something like this with me? And just make it part of the conversation, which will help you grow your business. And just keep at it. Do you have more things booked?
Well, that's what we're working on right now.
Okay.
Laura and I are working on that right now. So stay tuned.
All right, I will. Thank you so much for your time. I learn something new every time I get with Julie. And welcome aboard again, Laura. I'm so proud of you. And I just love how Julie broke it down in little steps. And then your customers got little steps, so they didn't feel overwhelmed. It's just a perfect formula. So great job.
All right, thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, guys. I will let you get to your day, and I really appreciate this. I'm probably going to, have this for the newsletter so that everyone is really, really wanting to know more about what you guys are doing. And I believe Philip has interviewed you, right?
He is going to, unless he's decided not to. You never know.
Yeah, and I think also Julie bragged about you already have 6 or 7 TLCs. 6.
Yeah.
That's great. And I tell you,
well, thank you.
The TLC program is magical. So it's really, that's the way to go. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye-bye.